bring him on. Massive great friend of the channel, and that is Mr. Romeo Agresti, a Juventus correspondent. Romeo, how are we doing today?
Ciao, boys. I am very good, thanks. And you?
Yeah, very good.
To see you,
finally
Romeo.
getting 2 signings over the line. So finally, day 30 here.
Yeah, guys, I told you in the summer that I was ready to become a Spurs correspondent at goal.com. That's true at all. That's true.
Yeah, and we were dying for Tottenham to get some business down with Juventus. We're hoping for a Dybala, but we're going to have to settle for Kulusevski and Bentancur. First of all, let's just tell us about the deal for Kulusevski at the moment. How's that coming along?
So I think that in these hours is set to fly to London to undergo his medical tests with Spurs. Done deal. He will sign on loan, 18 months on loan. There will be a buy clause, and but everything is okay. And according to my sources, is very happy to joining not Arsenal. Sorry for that.
Mistake, Romeo. Don't make that.
We're not getting gazumped again, are we? Oh God!
Don't kill me, guys. Don't kill me, guys. And he's full of joy because Tottenham was his first choice in these last hours. He had some contacts in the last days with Everton. There was an interest by Arsenal, but his first choice was Tottenham because Antonio Conte knows him very well, because he wanted him when he coached at Inter, and you know that Fabio Paratici was the man that worked to buy him when he was at Juventus.
There's a lot of kind of anxiety seeping into the Spurs fan base with Paratici saying that, he's doing his old club favours and bringing in players that are sitting on the Juventus bench or not really liked by the Juventus fan base. I mean, how is Kulusevski in your opinion as a player, and will he be an asset to Tottenham?
I think that, guys, he has a huge potential. And he was not able at Juventus to show what he's able to do. And for this reason, Juventus have accepted to sell him in January. But he's young. He's 21, so he can still improve. I'm pretty sure that with Antonio, he will improve. He will achieve this goal. He can play as a forward in 4-3-3. So he can help Harry Kane, Lucas Moura, Son. I think that is the perfect one for you. Of course, he's young. He needs time to understand the culture of English football, the new city, the new language. But it's a very good signing, and with Antonio, I'm sure that he will show great things.
Yeah, and you said about it's an 18-month loan deal with an obligation to buy. Obviously, that we're hearing it's only if certain obligations, certain clauses are met. If, for example, if Tottenham get Champions League, or about appearances. Right? What are the specifics of that? So, what can you tell us about those specifics?
I think that the first condition is that Tottenham will take a place in the Champions League for the next season, and the second one is appearances. His matches with Tottenham until the end of the season. These two things.
So it has to be both of them, or it has to be either of them?
I think both.
Okay, so Tottenham get Champions League and over 50%.
Yeah. And for these reasons, I will support Tottenham, of course. That was my favorite team in England before these two signings. And now we have to push these guys to get a place in the Champions League. But the things are very, very good. They have to play 2 matches to recover 2 matches. So
yeah,
I think
exactly. And
what's your opinion, Romeo, on Kulusevski in terms of him within the Juventus team? Are you happy to see the back of him, or do you think that you've let him go a bit too early?
I think that his time here at Juventus was over because there are a lot of players now. We have to sign Vlahovic. There is Dybala, Bernardeschi, Ken. So it was impossible for him to show what he's able to do. But I think that in terms of characteristics, of skills, is perfect for the Premier League because he's a technical player, he's a fast player, and with Antonio, with his idea of football, I think that he can be he can do great things. I'm pretty sure. I think that is better for the Premier League than for the Serie A.
Oh, that's very interesting. Moving on from Kulusevski to the other deal, 2 deals now. Bentancur looks set to sign for Tottenham. What can you tell us about that prospective deal and the specifics of that?
Guys, I was not a big fan of Bentancur because he played for 5 seasons here and he didn't grow up. So I think that he's not a technical player. He's an aggressive player. He can do the right balance to the midfield. He's very, very smart in terms of recover the ball. But I like the quality midfielders. But I think that if Conte wants Bentancur, it's because he thinks that is the perfect one to improve his midfield. So he's a good player for the Premier League because he's a warrior. Never give up, recover the ball, to make proud the supporter. And he's a good player. In my opinion, he's not a top player at all.
And in terms of the structure of the deal, how much Tottenham are paying and that kind of stuff, what's that looking at?
I think that we are around 24 million euros, including bonuses.
Okay, that's not too bad. And when you're looking at the Spurs midfielders, Harry Winks, Ollie Skip, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, how does he compare to them? And also, how does he compare with Sofian Amrabat, who also was heavily linked with Spurs?
I think that Bentancur is even better than Amrabat. Bentancur is a player of his national, so he has the right experience to do this step in the Premier League, and I think that you will appreciate him because he's a player that he does until the end what he can do, and but of course. I thought that Tottenham were going to sign a class player in terms of quality, and Bentancur is not this profile.
And do you think, so it looks like these 2 deals are all wrapped up. Do you think that in terms of in the future, Tottenham were very heavily interested in Weston McKennie? Do you think that deal in the future can no longer happen?
It's not for sale, bro, because you are smart. We have just 2 good midfielders. The first one is Manuel Locatelli, the second one is Weston McKennie. I can tell you that Fabio Paratici has tried to open a negotiation for McKennie at the beginning of this transfer window, but for Juventus it was not for sale because he's doing very well, he's improving, he scores, he makes assists. So I don't think that Juventus and Tottenham will open a negotiation for him in the summer. But never say never, because in the last week, I didn't believe that Tottenham were going to sign 2 players from Juventus in this transfer window. Amazing. And
as much as we have to thank you, maybe Juventus have to thank Tottenham, because we're giving you money to get Vlahovic, and you're taking Vlahovic away from Arsenal. So this is all very, very good news, right? Everyone wins.
Yeah. I told you that Fabio Paratici is the best sporting director in the world. He has Juventus to buy Vlahovic. Now Juventus today will close the deal for Denis Zakaria from Borussia Mönchengladbach. Juventus are going maybe to sign Nandez from Cagliari on loan. But I think that for both sides, it's a good deal, because Kulusevski and Bentancur under Antonio Conte, they can improve. Paratici knows both very well. They are the good players for the Premier League. Of course, they need the time because we are not talking about 2 champs. Maybe Kulusevski could become in the future a champion, but Bentancur is a normal midfield, but is a useful midfield.
I just want to ask you, just before we let you go, about Dybala, because obviously there's been a lot of talk about his contract and him not signing. We saw him score that goal and look straight up to Pavel Nedved in the technical area at Juventus. What is going on with there, and is there opportunities for him to leave Juventus?
So, mate, it's a strange case, because he had a verbal agreement in October for the renewal. Then he didn't sign the contract. According to my sources, his priority is to stay at Juve, because his agent, Jorgen Thun, at the beginning of the February, he come back in Turin and will meet again the management, the board of Juventus. Never say never. I think that he wants to stay, but maybe Juventus wants to reopen a new negotiation in terms of salary. But at the end of the story, I think that he will stay.
And also, actually, one quick one. Alvaro Morata, that was a quick rumor that Tottenham made a loan bid. And is he leaving before the end of this window, Alvaro Morata, do you think?
I think that he will stay until the end of the season, but then he will come back at Atletico Madrid, and he has to write new pages of his career, because Juventus are not going to confirm him because they bought Vlahovic. So maybe it could become another name for Antonio Conte and Fabio Paratici, because Conte, if I remember well, he was his coach at Chelsea, and of course Paratici has worked to buy him from Real Madrid. So maybe next season he will play again in the Premier League, but he will not stay at Juventus.
Brilliant. Romeo, always great to speak to you, my friend. We're still waiting for you to come to London for that beer. We're still waiting.
Yeah, guys. I hope to come there to see a match, and of course I will text you before I will going to London.
Looking forward to it, Romeo. Thank you for your time, man. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure, guys.
We'll see you soon, Romeo. We'll see you soon. Thank you.
Bye-bye.